I was going to talk about the problem that most tubs have, and that is that the silicone or caulk line between the tub and the tile, or the surround in the tub, turns colors. It can't be cleaned. It gets underneath this little lip right here. It just catches the edge. Once it catches the edge, the water sets there and it mildews. You can't clean it because it's underneath that paper thin layer, and you would actually have to lift up that little flap of silicone and clean it. So, with all that said, we have a system that's completely silicone, caulk, or grout system. We do use it. If there's grout, we can glaze over the top of that. If it's silicone, it has to come out, and if it's caulk, it has to come out. And then we actually fill it with a marine grade, which is through hull applications, 100% waterproof, 100% paintable, and we fill that. We keep it nice and clean, and then we prep the tub and the surround, or the tub and the tile. And then we, after everything's prepped, etched, neutralized, sanded, blah blah blah, we actually put 3 coats of high build epoxy primer. We actually go a little further in this case. We try to end up with a mil thickness of 6 to 6.5. We add a little bit more, and then we put 3 coats of the alithetic urethane, and it could end between 10 and I'd say 12.5 mils thick. People will say that, well, is it flexible? Yes, it is flexible. Fiberglass units, regardless, flex, and I reglaze those on a regular basis. And if you take a piece of fiberglass and I glaze it, you can almost fold it over on itself, and there's no breakage, no loss of adhesion. So when we do prime and finish coat over the top of this, it completely seals it. There is no place for mold to grow. There's no tiny lip. I've done this hundreds of times, so if it didn't work, the customers would tell me, and I wouldn't put it up unless I knew it worked. So regardless whether it's tile and you're doing a caulkless system, that's fine. I do the horizontal and vertical lines, corners and angles. And if it's a fiberglass unit or a cast iron with a surround, and it could have 3 pieces, it doesn't make any difference. I can take care of all of that and reglaze it, and you won't have the mold and mildew. You can see it usually happens within 3 to 5 years. They say it doesn't, but I consider myself pretty good at putting in silicone, and I tape everything, keep a nice clean line, peel it off. It's flawless, but still, there's a good chance that the actual silicone and or whatever you're using is going to fail eventually, and it's going to mold and mildew. So I'll show you what this looks like afterwards.